Yo, yo, what up, Negronis? Furious here. Hip Hop Sommelier, ready for this jelly matchmaking wannabes. Well, yo, Bellyache got a question from Gemma from Baltimore. Want to thank you for your question, Jemmy asked a really intelligent one. How do I feel about sabreage? Sabreage, what is it? Well, it is where you open champagne bottles in the fashion where you would take a sword and you would open a bottle by sliding the sword across the length and then knocking the cork off, which, you know, is a very popular way of opening champagne in actual champagne, the place in France, apparently popularized by Napoleon, who, you know, when he was being a winner, that's how people would open champagne bottles. He famously, of course, Napoleon said, in victory, you must drink champagne. And if you beaten down, then all the people that are expecting some money to be bestowed on them, and it turned out you were broke because you gambled and you drank, they should get some champagne for free so they can drown their sorrow, smash their bottles over each other's heads, that sort of thing. I'm pretty sure that's what Napoleon said. Now, how do I feel about sabres generally? Well, I live in a state pen here in Sydney, the Penrith. Not cool to be walking around with a sabre. They ain't that easy to get your hands on, and then the police have a problem with them because technically you can impale people with a saber. You know, I'm wearing a Buffalo Sabres thing. Not that I'm a fan. I mean, you know, that's pretty uncool. But I do like the style on this, and I think it's relevant for this clip. Now, saber culture and pirate culture. Sabres, you know, seem to be part of pirate culture. Now, of course, you know, I'm a big fan of Caroline Polachek. You got to get the album Pang. Get it as a record. Play it properly. Yeah. Well, she brought that back. And I'm a big fan generally of saber culture. But I got to go back to how we used to do things in the hood. Now, I'm not saying this is how it should be done today. I'm just saying this is how it was done. Because the question, Jimmy, you asked is, how do I feel about saber culture? I think if you in Champagne, you open it that way. If you anywhere else, just open it the conventional way. That's fine. If you on a hen's night or a buck's night, do not let somebody use a part of their body to try to open it kinkily, because that will go wrong. I'm just saying, in the hood, we used to open it with a 9mm. That's right. We would line it up and it'd be like, you were a sharpshooter. You shot the top off of that. Now, I'm not a fan of guns. That's one of the reasons I moved to Australia. I'm just saying that is a really interesting way to use that if you were going to use it. Like if you had to use it, that is one interesting way to use it. Now, if you're using it on a bottle, you're not killing people. Although in the early days of using that to open bottles, what would happen is you would always get some cat like William Tell, how he put the apple on the head and he shot it. And William Tell could like get the apple with the arrow over his son's head. There would always be some cat to be like, yo, Mookie, hold it. And then next thing you know, we are drinking champagne that's open conventionally at Mookie's funeral. So I'm not saying that it's the best idea to be doing things like that. I will say that if you would bought a bad bottle of champagne, and I'm not saying that, you know, that's one of them bad bottles. Here's a good bottle, Bollinger, you know, or Benoit La or any of those. But if you got a bad bottle of champagne, I'm saying it might rhyme with Bowie to Bandon. Might rhyme with that. Then you use a 12 gauge. Now, that draws a lot of attention in the hood, and it means you can't drink the bottle, but that's doing everybody a favor. It's doing everybody a favor. And if you could do it like 7, 8 in the morning, you wake everybody up. No need for alarm clocks. So I'm just sharing my story, you know, hip-hop sommelier from the hood. I'm saying just open it conventionally. Don't, you know, I mean, open it however you want, honestly. Honestly, as long as you're drinking quality champagne and you're listening to good hip-hop with it, that's all that matters to me. Y'all looking fine. I hope that was helpful, Jim. I hope that was helpful.